I personally love getting out of credit card annual fees. To me, it's like David and Goliath. You're David and you're calling up this huge mega corporation that's Goliath, and you're trying to avoid the fees that they're trying to hit you with. And what's crazy is you can actually win and get out of them, just like how David beat Goliath. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to get out of credit card annual fees. And I'm also going to show you, right, not only the exact steps that I take to get out of fees myself, but I'm also going to show you proof as well of different annual fees that I have avoided and gotten out of. And I pretty much get out of annual fees on a regular basis. And here's proof from 2 different credit cards that I had the fee waived. Here's my Citi Advantage card and my Southwest Rapids Rewards cards. You can see the fee getting reimbursed to me. Here are some quick guidelines of what I'm going to go over and what the steps look like to actually get out of annual fees. So the first step is to come up with your plan regarding that credit card. The next step is to call in. You're gonna build some rapport. Next, get out of the fee. And then the last step is to blow that money you just saved on something you want, right? Okay, just kidding on the last one maybe. But anyways, let's jump back into it. Okay, so the first step, come up with your plan when it comes to that credit card. So before you call in, you need to ask yourself, what would be worth it for me to avoid this fee? Would it be a certain amount of miles, a certain spending requirement or threshold I need to make? Are you willing to downgrade to a free version of this card? These are all really important because the rep you get on the phone with may offer you some of these options to avoid the fee. So you want to know what you want and you're willing to accept and what is not a good fit for you and not worth it. So for example, when I called in to get out of the fee for my Citi Airlines Advantage card, the rep said that if I spent $300 in 90 days, they would reimburse that $95 annual fee. And I took them up on that. I got the fee reimbursed. And I was already ready. I was like, I'll meet any minimum spending it out of this fee. And then the following year, I didn't really even want the card open anymore, so I was okay downgrading it because I wanted to be eligible again for the sign-up bonus in the future. So when I called in, I actually wanted to downgrade and I requested that. And then the rep said, you know what, we can definitely downgrade you to the free version of that card. So again, come up with your plan and stick to it. So right there are 2 ways that your annual fee could be waived. And sometimes they will offer you some pretty easy spending hoops to jump through, right? Like my example, spending $300 in 90 days, or other ways like downgrading your card to the free version of it. And once you have, so moving on. So once you have your plan, now it's time to call in. And here are some quick tips on that. So find the number on your card, flip it over, and dial that number just to speed through. Also, just a quick tip to speed through the automated voice, that routes you to the correct party. You can usually just say representative to get connected and speak with someone immediately, which is pretty cool. First, when they pick up the phone, build some rapport. You can ask them where they're from, how their day is going. Remember guys, you're talking to another living, breathing human on the other end of the line, not some mean credit card rep. You're talking to another person who probably has dealt with credit issues or knows someone that has, and they want to help you. They truly do. So after you build rapport, let them know that you like the card, but you noticed you have a fee coming up, and ask them if there's any way that you can get out of it, right? Next, the representative will most likely make you an offer of sorts or simply remove the fee. I've had both happen. It's basically each of those, one of the others is going to happen, and hear them out on the offer. And if it makes sense, then take it, right? So for example, an offer could be, hey, if you spend $500 in the next 90 days, we'll remove the fee, or, spend $300 like I have before, as I mentioned with my Citi Advantage card, right? I mentioned before the spending amount, and the spending amount totally depends on the bank. And if they don't make an offer and you're okay downgrading, then ask if that's going to be an option, right? I've personally downgraded a number of cards because to me, it didn't make sense for me to use them anymore after that initial sign-up bonus. I'd already used the miles, it didn't make sense. And what I do is you downgrade them, and I store my downgraded cards in a separate wallet that really never leaves the house. And I also set a calendar reminder on when to use them so they don't expire. And because of that, my credit score grows every single day. My credit history grows every single day. And is getting stronger, with virtually no work. And also one thing to know is when you downgrade a card, it doesn't count as you closing an account. So it doesn't affect your credit history negatively in any way, which is superb, okay? The only thing that could be a negative is now you're probably eligible for less spending rewards since this is the free version of that credit card. But for me, in a lot of cases, it really doesn't even make sense to spend on a number of cards after you've already received the sign-up bonus. So why not downgrade them? Why not have an annual fee to worry about? And why not build your credit score on autopilot with a downgraded card? So that's basically it. Now you're gonna get out of that fee. And basically those are the necessary steps to have the fee removed, right? Remember, it might be paying a certain amount in terms of like spending hoops, or they might just waive the fee altogether, which has definitely happened to me. I recently called in for my Southwest Rapids Rewards card, and I just told them that because of how crazy things are with the COVID-19 pandemic, I was simply in a financial situation where I just didn't want to pay the fee at all. I wish I had the call recorded because I literally said, hey, with all the craziness going on in the world right now, I literally just cannot pay this fee. I want to put that money towards other things, okay? And I said that, and they were like, hey, I hear you out. We are going to reimburse that fee. So literally that 10-minute phone call, probably less than 10 minutes, saved me $100. So I recommend that you guys do this with every single credit card that you have an annual fee coming up with, because worst case scenario, you're going to get better at talking to these reps, getting better at talking to these reps about how to basically do things you want, right? This is a little skill set. And once you get out of one annual fee or two annual fees, you can pretty much just do it like clockwork because you're going to be getting better at it every single time. And you're going to be learning from it every single time. So don't view this as a chore or just something you have to do. It's literally going to take more than 10-15 minutes. Worst case scenario, you get better at this skill set that will probably help you in the long run, or totally the best case, you just saved $100, $200, $300 by making a simple phone call. So if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like button because it helps me understand what kind of content I should be making. And also, if you want to learn more about credit, about how to build your credit score, how to get the most out of your rewards on a consistent basis, and take a positive step towards your financial future and your credit score, then definitely hit that subscribe button. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.